Hi everyone, in today's video I'll be teaching us on how to record receipts or payment from our customers. Okay, so before we continue, I'd like to explain who our customers are because it is important to understand who your customers are before wanting to collect money from them. Okay, so our customers are referred to people that we have sold to, all right? People that we have sold to is either we have sold to them on credit or we have sold to them on cash basis. So they are expected to fulfill their obligation of paying for the goods or the services which we have rendered unto them. Okay? And to do this on Sage 50 accounting software, the first thing we want to do is to go to task. All right, so when we go to task, we'll click on the tax menu. When we click on the tax menu, we would select receipts. All right, so when you click on receipt, a dialog box will appear. There are other ways through which you can get to this point as well. If you don't want to go through the tax bar, you could as well come to on the dashboard. You click on customer, and right here you will see receive money. So when you click on the receive money, you receive money from customer. When you click on it, the same dialog box will appear. However, the appropriate way is to go through the tax menu. So when you go to the tax menu, you click on it and you click on your receipts and it takes you to this dialog box. Anyone that you choose to make use of, you will still achieve the same result. So now, the first thing you want to do, having arrived on this dialog box, is to select the customer which you want to receive money from. Which of these customers do we want to receive money from? Right here, we have about 3 customers. We have Big Bites, we have Domino Bread, we have Food Affairs, and we need to decide which of these customers have made payment into our bank account or in cash. All right. Now, in this case, I want to choose Food Affairs. Now, immediately you click on a particular customer, all right, whatever that customer is owing you based on an invoice raised in the past would appear. All right, let's take for example, I click on Big Bites. Nothing is showing here. It is simply saying that no invoice has been raised for Big Bites that has not been paid for. All right, if I select the next customer, which is Domino Bread, all right, a particular amount is showing, which is 700,000 naira. Okay, 700,000 naira is showing, meaning that 700,000 naira was raised on an invoice 876, all right, January 1st, 2024, and the amount was 700,000 naira. Now, the reason we are here is to receive this amount of money that has been raised on this invoice for a product that has been sold earlier on. All right. So now, but we want to make use of Food Affairs. We want to collect money from Food Affairs. So I'll select on Food Affairs, and the amount that Food Affairs is owing us has already dropped. The invoice that was raised for Food Affairs was invoice 02 on January 1st, 2024, and the amount was 500,000 naira. Okay, after you must have chosen the customer, all right, the next thing you want to do is to go and enter the reference number. If you come here, you see reference number, all right. Reference number is that number that can be used to recall back this transaction where necessary. All right, it can be in digits. All right, it can also be in letters if you choose to be, but digit is preferable. All right, so now let's say I want to choose reference number 3, or no, reference number 2 rather. Okay, so when I choose reference number 2, the next thing I want to do is to select the receipt number. Okay, what is the receipt number? I can choose receipt number 2 as well. Now, there is something that we didn't talk about here, which is deposit ticket ID. All right, this, whether it's being entered or not, will not affect our account. So there's no much time to spend on that because we want things that are very, very significant. Okay, so the first one is the customer name, the second one is the reference, and the next one is the receipt number. The next thing we want to do is to select the dates. Which date is this customer making this payment or remittance? All right. Now let me select as at today. Today is 17th of July 2024. So I'm going to select it on the calendar. I'm going to select 17th of July 2024. All right. Now the next thing I want to do is the bank account, that is the cash account through which this payment was made into or wants to be made into or recorded into. Okay, if you click on this arrow down, you would see a bank account and you will see a petty cash account. Now, a bank account is being used to record transactions that pass through the bank directly. It could be transfer, it could be check, it could be a direct deposit, and the rest and the likes and the like. Now, but the petty cash account or this cash account is used to record the payment that is being received in cash. But in this case, we are receiving this money directly into our bank account. So I'm going to select the bank. Okay, I'm going to select the bank account, and the next thing to do is to come to the amount which Food Affairs is paying. If Food Affairs is paying the whole of 500,000, all right, all you need to do is to tick this pay box. Once you tick this pay box, it's going to pay all the 500,000 naira. Okay, that is if this customer is paying the whole of the 500,000 naira. After you tick this pay box, all right, the next thing to do is just to go and click on save. But I don't want to save this because in this case, this customer is not paying the whole 500,000 naira. This is because a discount was allowed for this customer, a discount of 5%. Let's say a discount of 5% was allowed for this customer, probably because he bought more or is paying at the right time. There are different conditions through which a discount can be released to a customer or given to a customer. Okay, now let's concentrate on the discount. Now it was giving a 5% discount. Now a 5% discount on 500,000 naira is 25,000. I'll just go ahead and type the discount amount in the discount column, 25,000 naira. Okay, immediately I type the discount amount on the discount column. The next thing to do is to click on my tab key on my keyboard. I'll click on the tab key. It moves straight to the amount paid, which will amount to 475,000 naira. Then I click on tab again. Can you see that the discount amount has been taken and the amount paid exactly has been taken? Now, these two amounts will be recorded in two separate places. This discount on sales is regarded as an expense to this company. All right, it is regarded as an expense. That is why it is a discount allowed. All right, so it's going to be treated as an expense, that is a percentage of the sales amount that was allowed. All right, so in this case now, if a discount allowed account has been created before, this discount amount will be recorded directly into it. However, if a discount allowed account has not been created, upon trying to save this transaction, the system is going to request for a discount allowed to record the percentage that was allowed. All right, so let's try to save it and see. I'll click on save and look at what the system is telling me. It says a discount account required to complete this transaction has not been specified. Click OK to select the account ID. All right, so I'm just going to click OK. When I click OK, it takes me to another dialog box where I would need to select the discount account that I want to use to record this discount that was given to this particular customer. All right, if you observe very well, we have, okay, let me first select the discount. So to select the discount account, you are going to click on, can you see this search icon here? This search icon. you are going to click on this search icon. Then all the chart of accounts, all the accounts that have been created on this company will drop down. So you are going to look for discount allowed. It is discount allowed that we would use to record this discount because it is a sales discount and should be treated as an expense. Discount allowed is treated as an expense. All right. I hope you know that. Okay. So let me look for discount allowed. Discount allowed, which is an expense account. Discount allowed. I'm not sure that has been created. So it has not been created. So we can create it from this place and we just click on new. Since I cannot find a discount account here, I want to create a discount account. So I'll just click on new. All right. Once I click on new, I'll just come here and say discount. Okay, I can give it the ID. I can check the last ID that was used for the expense. All right, the last ID that was used, there was no ID specified. Okay, so the IDs were written in letters. So I'm going to create discounts. Okay, then I select the description. The description is discounts allowed. Okay, discount allowed, and the account type that this discount allowed should be recorded under is the expense account because discount allowed is an expense. Okay, so I'm going to look for expense accounts and click on expense. Now the next thing to do is to select save. So I'll click on save because I've created this discount allowed. So now when we go back to that point where we need to select a discount account, we are going to find a discount allowed to make use of. Let's go back there. Okay, so I'm back to this point. Now I want to select, I'll just select it, and this is the discount allowed that we just created. So I'll just select it and that has been selected. So let us analyze this transaction. 500,000 naira worth of goods was sold to this customer, right? However, the customer was given a 5% discount. Okay? So that 5% discount is 25,000, meaning the customer is going to pay 475,000. So the accounting entries here is this: 500,000 has been credited to the sales income account, 25,000 has been what? Has been debited to the expense account. Okay? And 475,000 has been debited, all right, to the bank account to complete double entry, which says for every debit entry there must be a corresponding credit entry and vice versa. After we must have done this, the next thing to do is to click on OK. Once we click on OK, it means we have selected a discount allowed account. All right. This is because a discount allowed account was not created originally. So moving forward, for any subsequent payment or receipt that you want to record, all right, it will not tell you to go and create a discount allowed account. Why? Because you have created it before. All you just need to do is to enter the amounts of the discount on the discount column, then enter the amount that was paid, then you click on save. It is going to record directly into the right account. Okay, so now I'm done with this. The next thing to do is to click on save. So I'm just going to go to save and click on save. Okay, so these transactions have saved. If I want to cross check again, I will select that same customer to see if he's still owing us. So if I select food affairs, you will see that there is no amount that is dropping for food affairs again. Okay, so I want to now check if the discount allowed was recorded in the right account, which is an expense. So what I'll just need to do is to quickly go to my reports. I'll quickly go to my reports. 1 minute. I'll go to reports and I'll select financial statement. Then I'll check my income statement, any of them. All right. I'll click OK. So when I go to income statement, I want to look for discount allowed. Okay. Just like this is not going to give us, let's look for 12-month period, because this was entered in the month of July. So can you see my 25,000 here? Okay, it was entered in period 8. This transaction was recorded in period 8. Period 8 was July. So this is a discount allowed. This is discount allowed. So if you trace under the expense, if you trace it properly, you would see the discount that was recorded just now, 25,000 naira. If you want to cross check, you can double click this figure and to take you back to how the transaction happened. You can double click to take us back to how this payment was made. And after the whole thing, we click on what? Save. And this is how to record payment from customers, especially when discounts is involved. So we are going to take one more example. Let's take one more example from another customer. Remember the process. Let's go from the scratch. This time around, we are not going to waste too much time because we have understood it, and I believe that by now we should be very, very, very fast about it. So we'll go to tax and we'll go to receipts. When we get to receipt, the first thing we want to do, we select a customer. This time I want to select Domino Bread. Domino Bread is owing us 700,000 on the invoice 876, January 1st, 2024. So the next thing I want to do is to enter the reference number. Let's give reference number 3, all right, and receipt number 3. Okay, so I want to record it in a bank account. So I'm going to record it because this payment entered to the bank account. The date is July 17th. Oh, let's collect it in the month of June. Let's see the effect of it. All right, in the month of June, let's say this payment was made in on 30th of June. Okay, so if this payment was made 30th of June, we want to check for let's see, the guy is owing us how much? He's owing us 700,000. Okay, so if he's owing us 700,000 and he was giving a discount of 100,000, okay, that's too much. Let's reduce it to about 50k. He was giving a discount of 50,000, right? So if he was giving a discount of 50,000, we just type the 50,000 discount and we tab. You see that the remaining amount, all right, will be recorded. In this case, you know that we have already created a discount allowed account before. So moving forward, the system is not going to restrict us from saving directly, just like what happened in the last transaction, because we have already created a discount allowed account. So once we save now, this is going to save directly. Let me try it. Let's click on save. You see that this will save straight up because it has already been recorded in the discount allowed. So that's the simple step of recording payment from customers, all right, especially when discount allowed is involved. If you're still finding it difficult to understand how these transactions must have happened, like the sales invoice, you can visit some of our videos on sales invoicing, all right. There you can understand how sales invoice is being created from beginning to finish and how these customers are also being created. Thank you.